Hey, this video is in response to a very dear friend that I have made in the comments of some of my videos. Huck Finn. Someday we're gonna meet, someday. I know it. There's so many questions you ask, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know. One of the questions that you asked, and I just glimpsed it this morning. You said, you asked, why have I not been on? What tragedies have been falling me lately? I'm not laughing because things are funny, but because things are ironic. Yeah, there's a tragedy. You know about my mom, and then now my dear brother has had a stroke, and he's on life support, but not because of the stroke. It's actually because of the head injury that he received while falling because of the stroke. Isn't that ironic? I think that's something. Anyway, so yeah, back and forth to the hospital as usual. That's okay. God's working things out. I don't even know where to start. I think here's where I want to start, and I think this would be a good foundation to, as a springboard to explain other of the questions. I want to tell you how I feel about what I believe about an omniscient God. I think the way that you put one of the questions was, if God knew everything, then why does such and such happen? Okay. Yes, God does know everything. He knows all things there are to know. Every fact, every item, everything about us, everything. Every natural thing there is to know, everything there is to know on the physical plane. And as far as knowing the future, knowing what is going to happen, here is how I see God. This is the way I think I can explain it. Okay, if you know anything about string theory or the fifth dimension, let's say. The fifth dimension, for everything that happens, everything that we do, every choice that we make, has a certain number of possibilities, maybe infinite possibilities. And God knows every one of those possibilities. And then He knows the cause and effect, or He knows the effect of each decision that we make because of whatever one of those choices that we make out of those infinite possibilities. He knows what will happen according to each thing that does happen, each choice that is made, each thing that occurs. He does know that. However, because of free will, He does not know which one of those choices we're going to make. And so He cannot be blamed for the things that happen in the world. Those are not things that He caused to happen or created to happen. And God absolutely was present in every single bad thing that has happened ever in the world. You just have to know where to look for Him. However, if He stopped something from happening, then that would be interfering in the free will of somebody else that is making those choices. And He's not going to do that. He does not interfere with man's choices, because people have to be given the opportunity to receive rewards or receive punishment according to our actions. If he knew every single thing that was going to happen, what would be the point of it all? I mean, what would be the stinking point? I mean, of course, he does know in the long. I mean, there's so many arguments to be made, but I hope you're catching the gist of what I'm trying to say. He knows everything that could happen. He just does not know everything that will happen. I guess that's a way to put it. So upon knowing that, maybe you can apply that to help answer some of the questions that are touching that subject. And then I'll try to catch some of the other underlying questions that would help answer the bigger questions that you ask about what I believe in. This is my belief, and I am not, and it's my heartfelt belief, but I don't argue the point. I don't argue. The Holy Spirit teaches whomever, and I suspect that there might be someone, you know, someone who knows, who calls themselves knowing the doctrine of men, that would like to argue this point with me, but I'm not interested, because I know what the Lord has shown me, and I don't need somebody to teach me when I have the Holy Spirit to teach me. So yeah, I know all of the doctrines touching it. I know I studied everything deeply when I was trying to decide what to believe. So, and that wasn't toward you, Huck. That was toward my fellow Christians who like to argue doctrine. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.